We are live.
We are live. You know I'm going to put up a short of you on my channel just to see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
congratulations, by the way, on your short success.
Yeah.
That sounded like so wrong. I said short success. You know what I meant.
No. We'll talk about that off air. Because yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
That's the best time for it to happen, right?
Yeah. But you know me, I'm on my thug shit. If my homies can't get in, I ain't going in.
No, first you got to get it. Get what you can get, and then once you're up there, we'll talk.
All right.
Welcome into anyone. Fanboy Modeling School will start in just a moment.
Let's put that quick like, share,
and subscribe.
See, all right, we're going to hold up. That means that when I post this, it's going to go to a certain amount of channels. Let's see. That means yours just went into my channel.
Teamwork makes the dream work, It's these types of shenanigans that I'm going to end up, we're going to be telling our grandkids about, right?
No, 100%.
The long struggle trying to make it online.
I mean, listen, so I could save this for backstage talk, but all those views and I only got 14 new.
Yeah, that's the thing though. It is, we've said it before, it is the hardest thing in the world to get someone to actually subscribe. They'll watch every video you come out with every week, but somehow not hit subscribe.
You know what the crazy thing about that was, man? I didn't say anything special. I was talking about a show that's coming up. And I woke up and I was like, what the?
We'll talk online about what you did right, my man.
Oh, my God. That's some good tea. Thank you. It's good tea.
Fanboy Modeling School will start in just a moment.
Fanboy Modeling School. Okay, so we got that. And if you got, one day, Fanboy After Dark.
Yes.
Make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe. Matt, Laney, welcome in. Great episode tonight, by the way, guys.
Well, thank you.
As soon as you guys ended the live, I went back and watched it.
All right. Well, thank you for attending as usual.
I called my boss and I was just like, listen, man, I'm missing too much mothership. We
I need to record you saying that so that can be an ad. I had to sit down with my boss and I said, I'm sorry, I'm missing too much mothership one day.
I'm missing too much of my shows, man. My internet shows.
My stories.
My stories. Oh, if you get an old grandparent or old parent, you understand that right away.
Right. They're missing the stories. You can't have that happen.
Yo, do I have time to hit my schmeckle one more time? Schmeckles?
Schmeckle it. Go crazy. All right. We are going to start this bad boy. Fanboy Modeling School. Laney Matt, what's up? Chicka chicka bow bow, chicka chicka bow bow. Booyaka, booyaka.
Booyaka shot.
Honestly, I think I was meant to always be like a beatboxer.
You know what? I do feel like you missed your calling.
What are you gonna do, man? I'm like, I could have been so many things. I could have been a good president of the United States of America. I could have been a beatboxer. I could have been a really good clown. I think I would have done really good at clowning. But yo, chicks do not dig the clowns.
You know, we had our time. But I just want to give a shout out to Mrs. Hold Up for this new delightful breakfast tea and the War Shack cup on deck early.
I love it. I love that. I like that you're holding it up. Lainey says she was progressively dying tonight in tonight's stream. Shaolin, how's you doing, brother?
Poor Lainey.
Poor Lainey. Lainey was falling apart. Hey. Matt says, hey, Lainey, you sexy vampire. It's going to be eternally youthful.
I had to get rid of the bro shot. You may notice that the hold up is showing more skin on the face. You know, I can't do it anymore, folks.
You're showing your true blackness.
Yes, that beard. It just got out of control. I can't do that.
No, I know what you mean. Like they're like it's a thing. It's a thing. You gotta be real savage to let those things grow.
Yeah. And then if you're not a savage, you know, you got to be real. I just don't. I lack the discipline for like the upkeep. You know, I can't do it.
Yeah, that's what it is. People think it's hard to be shaving. No, it's hard to be keeping hair there. Welcome to Fanboy Modeling School, everybody. I am the Fat Mantis, and I am here with
your man Steve. Real hold up, no gimmicks.
Boom, there you go. And before we get any further, we're going to do an SDCC rundown 2022. All the biggest titles, announcements, everything's going to be discussed here today here on Fanboy Modeling School. We're going to have a good time doing it. Before we start, I have to ask that you like, share, subscribe, and share this with your friends. Make sure people are seeing this, seeing Fight Juice, seeing Fanboy Modeling School, and seeing all the magic we bring to this world. Right.
All those things. And also make sure you go support the voice of the Fat Mantis over on YouTube. Listen, if you ever woke up one morning, you're like, how can I stick it to the man today? Like, share, and subscribe the Fat Mantis, a voice of true reason and structure. You bring the truth, my brother.
They're trying to destroy me. The man is trying to destroy me. That's how you know that's the channel you want to be watching.
Exactly. How the hell are you, my friend? It feels like years since last Monday.
It doesn't it? So much has happened. Has happened. You know, it's incredibly. It's been storming the last couple of days, and I had to go through a walk between my streams, and I went out there, and it was like hard to breathe. That's how humid it is.
Well, I had a little. I don't believe in karma. You know this, right? You know, I'm not the karma guy. I don't begrudge anyone that believes in karma, but this has nothing to do with bad karma. The central AC in the hold up TV home went out yesterday, so we were all huddled down in the man cave because it's obviously the coolest part of the house. So there was no, I guess we can agree on that, because everyone was downstairs.
Oh, is that why it wasn't on? I was wondering.
Well, it was that, and Mama Holdup was here, and Mrs. Holdup was like, "Are you still going to do your episode?" I'm like, "How the hell can I talk about any of the things I talk about with my kids sitting like with my mother sitting right there?"
That was a good decision on your part. Absolutely. But so I want to really quickly, before we get into like all the comic stuff, I want to say this is something I should. I didn't realize this was happening until after the stream, but this is some supernatural stuff that probably belongs on Mothership.
Okay.
But you know Stranger Things, right?
Yeah, I've heard of it. It's a show on CBS, right?
you know, well, that BS streaming service everyone hates. But you know how there's that song from the 80s from Kate Bush that they put in it and it's popular again?
Yes.
So people play it literally everywhere. People play it in their Instagram reels and in their shorts, and you know the radio's constantly playing it. You can't get away from it, right?
Right.
Now, even when I don't have electronic devices on, I think I hear it in the distance.
Oh, it's like the vibrating cell phone that's not in your pocket. Yeah.
I'm like, wait, what? And I've been looking around. I just went for a walk in the suburbs. No technology.
Right.
I swear I heard it in the woods.
Yeah. If you had heard it in the woods, right? Like, I would not be surprised by that at all. That song was wildly popular when it came out, and its resurgence. It's like another thing that resurged. Do you remember "Take on Me" by Aha? It's a great. Yeah. You can hear it at most bars when you go out. When Deadpool 2 came out and they released the re-released the unplugged version, I heard that song everywhere. Like, I was in LA at the time, and I would be driving down like Santa Monica Boulevard, and I swore I would hear the acapella version of "Take on Me."
from that episode of Glee. Take on me. But other than the ghostly apparition, I'm doing good.
Good. That's good to hear, man, because it's been a slow news cycle. Mantis and I have been scraping the bottom of the barrel. Hey, shout out to you for your short on on friggin' what is this damn show with the sex
Westworld.
Westworld. I was like, where's he going with this? I didn't even read the header. I just clicked on it. He was like, there's a horrible smell in my house. And I found it. It was Westworld season 4. So I got it out of there. I think that's my second favorite short. Obviously, my first being that you released. My first being the Sunday teacher singing during the Christmas.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I apologize for your ears in advance.
It's a good time. These shorts are actually fun. I think people
they really
give me resistance to it, but I think I could make a career off of this, to be honest. Jose, welcome in.
Jose, what up, my brother? Welcome in. I was wondering why I can't see the chat. It's because I got private chat on where no one's speaking.
Oh, okay. Let's not get attacked by a ghost singing Kate Bush, please. Yeah, no, I'm not into that one.
RM, Matt, Laney, Jose. Jose says, what's going on, Steve? What am I seeing here? You are seeing Fanboy Modeling School. Everyone give Jose a quick shout out. Thank you for your service to this great country that we call America. Jose. He's also a toxic COD player who will be starting his own streams here pretty soon. And I want to make sure I promote anyone up and coming. Funny guy, hilarious guy. I hope to get Mantis and actually, you and Jose were in the same space. You were at my wedding together.
Right. Yeah. I remember. And shout out to Matt. Matt Cat has an amazing,
great channel.
Yeah, an amazing channel, YouTube channel called Geek What.
Yes.
And it's he tells it how it is. So please check that out. He's in the chat right there. So if you want to just follow his thing, it would be awesome. But we got a big night tonight.
Huge night, man. San Diego Comic-Con just went down. I have never been to San Diego for any other reason besides to go to the zoo and to get a good hot dog when I'm in California.
Great hot dog. That whole coast.
But it finally happened. So I just want to preface this by saying Rob from Comics Explained, who obviously has the channel Geek Culture Explained, got a bit of a scare. This is one of my honorable mention tonight. I never bring these things up with Mantis beforehand because I like to see his reaction. So Rob was at San Diego Comic-Con, and he brought his entire crew. As you know, he has editors and writers, and they all traveled there. And he's standing outside of Hall H, and the rumor mill starts that the MCU won't be making any big reveals at Hall H this year. And he's talking to a guy named Hector, I believe his name, Hector or Jose, I can't remember. And you can honestly hear the tangible concern in Rob's voice because this is a man that just flew his entire staff out. And he's thinking that Disney's going to save everything for their own reveal. Obviously, what is it? What is it called?
D23.
D23 is coming up in 2 months to be exact. But MCU did not drop the ball. They did it. They made some big reveals and nothing on.
And let's get right into it. Let's not even announce the topics on
nothing on Blade. I told you they weren't going to fucking do it.
It's going to happen. Here's the thing. You have this paranoia that you literally think they're going to cancel Blade. They're just going to not do it.
He's too black. He's too black.
Don't you understand? They need black.
They don't want black. They want other black.
Black Panther.
So let's jump right into it. Where do you want to go? DC's lackluster.
I want to say why they went hard. Why here's what it is, and this is why all my dear friends at Normies don't know anything about comics or movies or the business world.
Okay.
I've been bitching about the box office of Marvel movies.
Okay.
And the reviews. I'm like, they're not getting as good reviews. Their box office is still big, but not as big as it used to be. And everyone keeps telling me, I don't worry about it. That's nothing. That's nothing. That's nothing. Kevin Feige is a man of vision. The reason he dropped bombs and he cancels Phase 4 and he's rebranding and he's moving in other directions is because he sees the diminishing returns. And as a smart businessman, he's like, I better stop this from getting bad.
Yeah. He kicked his ex-girlfriend from the car the minute she said, we need to talk. He's like, no, I need to talk to you. Wow.
Boom, exactly. Like a real G.
So wait, before we get into San Diego Comic-Con, Phase 4 officially over now, right? It's
officially over prematurely. We're supposed to have a couple more movies, more shows in it.
Thor with the nail in the coffin of Phase 4.
The box office is really plummeting on this one. Yeah. It started out strong and it's just not holding. Probably word of mouth. But there's just a bunch of that stuff. Like, I don't know what else to say. And people are really down on the shows, man.
Yeah. I mean, but you know what? They needed this, man. Phase 4 reminds me of Phase 2 a little bit. Do you remember the Phase 2 days?
I do. No, but that was, if you think about it, those were the golden age. That's when, like,
I think Phase 3 was more golden age.
Well, obviously, Phase 3 is like epitome. But I'm saying, here's what it is. We were super gassed. We were high off of Avengers 1.
Right.
And we were like, we didn't know what was next. We're like, oh my God. It was a team up. It was a team up. Did you see that team up? And everyone's like, yeah, we saw the team up. And so we couldn't believe what we see. The future was like so bright.
Right.
And then he continued through Phase 2 and Phase 3 continued to just do escalating like goodness and amazingness and brought it to new levels.
Right.
And I think they got complacent.
I think it's hard to tell us. I agree with that. Let me say right out, I agree with that. You are correct in your assessments of a lot of the reveals and rollouts for Phase 4. You called it early. You were like Miss Marvel, I don't know. Eternals, probably not. Moon Knight, we were both gassed off of, but we got to give credit where credit is due. Loki was amazing. We can both agree on that.
Yes.
WandaVision was amazing.
I really liked WandaVision. Apparently, there are a lot of haters on that series, but it had viewership. So
yeah, most of those people live in basements, though.
Yeah, there are people who just want to see explosions. Welcome in D and welcome in Princess Bex.
My sisters, welcome in.
Always appreciated, ladies.
I had a good time with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Actually, when we get into one trailer tonight, I'm going to be a little... There's only one thing I have in critique of Black Panther, but I understand why they did this. But yeah, there were some good things that happened in Phase 4. We got to talk about the bad as well. We don't have to get in depth with it because we've gone through it ad nauseum. So, obviously Eternals.
Look, here's the thing.
No.
Here's my issue with Phase 4, right?
Right.
Phase 1, here's what it is. No matter how different the movies were, they had one ongoing theme. So Phase 1 was obviously the rise of the heroes. There were supervillains out there, and these heroes have to rise and take charge, right?
Okay.
And then 2 is about security. How do we now that there are these supervillains and aliens out there, how do we make secure the planet Earth? And if you notice, every one of those movies is actually about that.
Right.
This fear that the heroes and S.H.I.E.L.D. have about how do we secure the planet.
What phase was Civil War? Is that technically 3?
That's 3, yeah. And then in 3 was the cosmic crisis that was Thanos.
Right.
Everything building toward that. Right. And so they did that great thing that Civil War may not have necessarily been about that, but it was an important part that if the Avengers are not united, they cannot defeat the villain.
Right.
And which is why Infinity War ended the way it did, and then they had to do an end game. When they unite, they're unstoppable.
Right.
Wonderful stories.
Beautiful.
Let me ask you, what is Phase 4 about?
Phase 4, that's where I was going with that whole
sorry.
Phase 4, it's hard to tell a story after. Like, here's a good example. Venom, King in Black. That entire run is amazing. And then afterwards, it's like, oh yeah, by the way, now Eddie Brock is the King in Black. Everyone's like, yay! And his son Dylan is now Venom, and we're like, oh,
what?
That's Phase 4. It's like, oh, is that what we're doing? And my dumb ass is steadily here like a battered person trying to defend it. Like, it's gonna get better. It didn't get better, folks.
Phase 4 is about jewelry. I don't know. He calls it Phase 4. Lainey says Loki is one of her favorite shows.
It's a great show. Hey, D, thank you so much. I did get a new cut, and as I said before, I shaved off that fucking mutton chop that was growing on my face.
I thought you were going for Samuel L. Jackson in Pulp Fiction look.
What? Right now?
No, when I thought that was where you're headed.
Oh no, that was my Morgan Freeman. So I call that the Morgan Freeman fade. It just kind of looks like I put a helmet on. But yeah, let's jump right into it, man. So let's start with the DCEU. We got to talk about the last.
That's where you want to start
with the DCEU. So we did get a new Shazam trailer, right? We got a new Black Adam trailer. What did you think?
Okay, I'm going to first preface this by saying I liked Shazam 1.
Okay.
I thought it was a decent film.
I like that. Okay.
However, this trailer looks like it's a superhero movie from 2005. It looks like the original Fantastic Four. They're wearing tights. They are heroes.
Okay.
There's nothing original going on. The final battle is going to be in a baseball field. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is how they used to make movies in the early 2000s.
I got you.
You know what I mean? They'll be like,
just take a shot at Days of Future Past because that came out after 2004.
It does that formulaic shit in it though. Enjoy it, but it does that formulaic thing where they're like, make sure the big climactic scene is like in a place that people feel it will blow their mind that a battle is happening. And they're like, what about the lawn of the White House? Boom. There you go.
It's crazy.
There you go. Right. So, and what I'm saying is I feel like we've evolved beyond what they're offering for Shazam 2.
Okay. I would concur with that. Here's what I don't like about the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
This is not Shazam. This is like rebranded Miss Marvel.
Certainly not comic book Shazam.
No, it's not comic book Shazam. And if they don't learn from Love and Thunder, this is going to be another movie where the first one was hokey and it was funny and it had some moments. I didn't really enjoy it as much as you. I think the second one is just going to be silly, right? I think it's going to be silly. I think it's a missed opportunity not to tie this into, and we don't know as of yet right now, to not tie this into Black Adam in some way, shape, or form. Because even though The Rock is The Rock, let's not forget he makes horrible movies, all right? I'll be the one to kick it off here. The Rock makes bad movies.
I'm fine with that call.
Doesn't make him any less of a great guy.
He is. Here's what it is. He's movie steroids. But it's like he's a joy to watch, but his
Right.
decision making on what movies to make. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a long history of bad movies he makes.
Yeah, and they're getting worse, and they're still making money. It's absolutely amazing. But yeah, nothing extremely exciting about Shazam. So we'll disregard that, and we'll get right into Black Adam.
Yeah,
So,
Shaolin says it's absolutely looks underwhelming, and he's concerned about the movie's success. Yep,
I would agree with that. Shaolin, shout out to Shaolin for the dope forum on TikTok. Was watching that the other day, my brother. Very good, very good. So Black Adam, right? Already I have issues with the movie.
Okay.
My major issue is, do you know why Black Adam is not a hero? Do you know the lore of Black Adam? We talked about this the other day, but
you told me that, and I understand he did some very grimy stuff to get his powers over his what was his cousin or nephew or
his nephew.
His nephew.
Go ahead.
Here's what it is. This is straight out of wrestling, which it makes sense. It's a Rock movie. I cannot stand it when they take a villain from the comic books and they're like, well, people like them. And they're like, we better make them an anti-hero.
Right.
We can give him a title. After that, Black Adam is a son of a bitch in the comics.
100% is. He is very much from the same school as Magneto. He's like, yeah, I guess I'm on your side this time, but there's a good chance I'm going to kill you all.
Right. He's a killer. They always forget that the guy killed people, right?
Yeah, and so if you're not up on Black Adam lore, Black Adam got his powers from the Wizard Shazam, but it didn't go down the way they're presenting it in the movie. It was actually his nephew who was originally picked by the Wizard, and he saved his uncle because his uncle was dying from a mortal wound and said, I'll share the power with you. This is something they also revisited, the new lore, New 52 lore. And so his young, naive nephew says, he's my only family. And the Wizard says, I grant you the power. And he shares it with his uncle. And the first time they say Shazam together, he snaps his nephew's neck to take all the power. DC has gone with. Yeah, go ahead. You say it.
It looks as if the nephew sacrifices himself for his uncle.
Yeah, looks like he gets beheaded. So right away they're coming out with the soft punches, the blue pill punch, and they're not going to stick to the actual story. But I will say this, man, visual effects look decent enough. Rock looks intimidating in the suit, as intimidating as you can look in tights. We got Dr. Fate in it. We got
Don't do that. Don't diss the tights. Look, if I had that physique, I'd wear tights everywhere I went.
And that would be very intimidating.
You're wearing tights everywhere.
We're in Starbucks together. And you show up in a full body tights. Like, I'll have the macchiato, please. I'm like, you can go ahead of me. You can have this drink right now. But I'm just saying, I'm not convinced that this movie is going to be good. But I'm obviously going to go see it to cover it. We're going to talk about it here on Fanboy. Dr. Fate's in it. Pierce Bronson is Dr. Fate.
We got Hawkman. I am interested in seeing these other guys. They got Atom Smasher.
Yeah, I know, man. It's just
and Cyclone. I don't even really know Cyclone. I've seen her, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you ever say, "Oh, thank God they're making a movie with Cyclone in it"?
No, I never said thank God Cyclone's in the comic. Usually, I might stop and go, "Oh, Cyclone's on that cover. Better keep moving. This could be bad." So that's what we got from DC. They also rolled out a bunch of animated films that they're going to be doing, none of which we need to cover. It's a very underwhelming presentation from my vantage point as a lover of this medium. And then we got our bubbles busted when a certain person did not show up.
Yo, I was literally praying. I even told people on Twitter, my Twitter followers, I said, pray, everybody, pray hard. And I had a picture of Henry Cavill up there. I needed this. I fucking needed this like I need a job. Oh, God. My life.
I'm starving.
But the rumor was professionals actually spread this rumor. Like an actual trade was like, Henry Cavill is scheduled to be there. What kind of announcement will it be? He didn't even show up. Wasn't even close.
Wasn't even in San Diego. He
was. I think he was spotted in England or something.
Nothing for the DCU. Nothing.
They can never do anything right. And so I think I've told you my whole theory that I believe Kevin Feige sold his soul to the devil. to make this Marvel thing work.
Right.
And part of the agreement was like, whatever he did, he's like, I'll give you anything. I want to succeed, and I want my enemies to crash and burn. And so that also put a curse on DC. And that's DC is cursed. Do you see what's happening to all these people?
Yeah, but if he made a deal with Mephisto, right? Shouldn't his comeuppance be coming? Like, is that what Phase 4 was? And they were like, it's going to be really good. But then
it's the amount of success he's had. When he goes, it's going to be big.
What do you mean?
I'm saying like a plane is going to fall on him. And it's going to just cut him in half, and he's going to be pinned underneath, and the news is going to watch him die.
And it's going to be Walter Amado.
I was the greatest producer ever, and he'll cough up blood. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry for that visual. That was.
It was good. It was appropriate. Yeah, I don't know what to say about them, man. DC has been through so many different things, and they're going through stuff in the publication as well, man. Not that Marvel Publications isn't going through anything, but yes. So we got Shazam, we got Black Adam, and we got DC animated films, which are always good for the most part. I would say 85% of them are good. Nothing for me to be genuinely excited about. Now, eventually, some DC shill. Oh, I'm sorry. DC appreciator. I'm turning over a new leaf. This is me turning over a new leaf. I'm not looking for beef for anyone. No beef. But someone's going to come out and say, you guys just don't know enough about DCEU or the Warner Brother properties to really appreciate it. And I'm like, well, they haven't done anything to make me appreciate.
Yeah, everything's false starts. They're like, right. This is going to be epic. It's a waste of time. It falls apart. By the way, our actors are crackhead who just shot a baby. We can't even use half this footage. Kind of shit. Like it's cursed. It's the clear sign of like magical interference.
Right. And of course, no Aquaman reveals, nothing like that. I didn't hear anything.
Yo, look, Matt says, I don't know about you guys, but I'm sick of villains becoming anti-heroes and then they have a redemption story. I want my bad guys bad. I agree, and there are people who are bad or at least act bad in the world, and why can't we just accept that? Why? Like Marvel's been doing this thing lately, Marvel and Star Wars, where the villains are all redeemable and there's always some sob story why they're like Reva's like, the only reason I kill children is I was mistreated as a child.
Well, to be fair, she wasn't mistreated. She was stabbed in the stomach by one.
However, she goes on to probably kill way more people than just herself, right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
you're a fascist. Listen, sometimes you got to stab good people to do good.
Say that again.
Carry the 4.
I'm just saying, let them just be bad people.
Right?
Like,
yeah.
They didn't have to give her a sob story, Reva. She could have just been an asshole who's like, I want to be the
We've
Dark
been
Lord.
through this, man. I'm telling you, it would have been great if Obi-Wan was the one that ran her through after multiple attempts of her chasing him around that universe to fail and get stabbed. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Shaolin Ice Boxer says Giancarlo Esposito as Professor X. Now that's a vicious rumor. I don't think there's any confirmation on that. Am I correct?
None that I've heard. And God protect
I don't think they're ready to cast him. To be honest, they're still arguing about who to cast as Fantastic Four.
It's not Krasinski.
No, but like the others, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's.
Gotcha.
Do they know who everyone is? What's the deal? And so wait, hold on. Here's the thing. Before we go into Marvel, because we got a lot to talk about Marvel, I want to just say this about DC, and this is what I can't stand. Real quick on Marvel, I could have made, if I produced Miss Marvel, I could have produced a show within budget, that would have been a success and made people embrace her, because there are some easy steps to do. And then moving on to DC, there was an easy way. There are several easy steps that you win Comic-Con.
Okay.
One, obviously, at the end, last thing you're going to have presented, Henry Cavill's going to come out.
Right.
Now, if I wanted to spend money, I'd have girls dressed up like Superman, sexy Supergirls, dancing, kind of like Iron Man had the Iron Man girls.
Oh yeah, with the lights.
Yeah, I would have had Supergirls dancing around.
Okay.
And he comes out, Cavill back, boom. That would have won it. But to ensure this, I would have by Comic-Con's date had an announcement on what they're doing with Aquaman, had an announcement of what we're doing with Flash. And then I would have shown at least a couple more trailers or something.
Yeah, Aquaman for sure, but Flash is it's toxic right now. Gotta leave Flash.
I don't. I wouldn't. Like. I thought Ryan Coogler was having a hard time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's also part of my conspiracy theory too, and it might be too soon to joke around about this, but I think maybe the reason why Chadwick left us early is he found out about Kevin Feige's
Don't
deal
do
with
it.
Bell.
Don't do it. I don't need any of
This
those.
is my conspiracy theory.
I don't need any of those folks coming here starting trouble over on Fight Juice.
Kevin Feige's watching us in his crystal ball, and his eyes are glowing red. He's just
those sons of bitches who keeps feeding them information. Okay, and before Marvel, got to talk about it. The Rings of Power trailer has dropped, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say this, man. Black Elves be damned. That trailer looked pretty freaking cool.
It looks amazing. What the hell is wrong? What do people want? I honestly thought I was tuning the way people were hating on it. I thought I was going to tune in to a black elf cooking an elf pie and singing one of those songs that they do in Lord of the Rings, and then that's it. And instead, we got all sorts of demons and fighting and combat and medieval shit.
Yeah,
I was like, yes, give me more of that.
We got Skinhead Sauron. Jose, Flash from the Netflix show would be dope. Not originally from Netflix, but that's where everyone.
Yes, I want him. I want him on. I really want him to recast, but who knows what these people are gonna do.
Yeah. So another thing I loved about Rings of Power, man, is I can never pronounce the name, so you're gonna have to help me out here, bud. Galadriel.
Oh, yeah. I probably can pronounce it less than you, but yeah, that sounded right.
Thank God I don't hold any public office. I just want to thank my assistant. You're
gonna be like the Hispanic one.
Thanks. So so that I think some of the anger. Some of the anger for the trailer is because they feel like Galadriel is replacing Elrond, right? They're giving her his warrior pass, and this is happening obviously in the Second Age after the original Dark Lord is defeated, and this is supposed to be peacetime. If you don't know the lore of Lord of the Rings, there was a Dark Lord before Sauron, and
I actually didn't know. I didn't know there was a Dark Lord before him.
Oh yeah, he was a bastard. But the problem was, whenever there's a bastard and he brings in another bastard, and that bastard's ascending, I forget the guy's name, but in the lore, it was always kind of like apparent because he was a real bastard. I don't want to ruin it if you haven't read the back books.
I haven't.
Okay, yeah. Go check it out. Even if you just watch.
Basically, Sauron in this is the white supremacist Sauron is going to be basically he's going to be the simp.
Yeah.
To another bad guy, and he's going to use the.
So okay, I'm going to do it. Thank you so much, Matt. Morgoth was a legitimate threat.
That's a name right there, Morgoth.
Matt will attest to this. But when you're reading about him and you hear mention of Sauron, and when Sauron was corrupted, Matt, if you can drop the name of that race that they both belong to, when he was corrupted, you knew that this guy was going to be a problem. And this is taking place after Morgoth is banished, and they think it's peacetime, and then Sauron is coming in. I love that they brought this horror element to it. I love that people are like, that one weird black dwarf-looking guy, and he's like, the skies are strange, and there's a meteor coming to coming to Middle Earth, and just the build-up and the tension to know that like the next Dark Lord is already upon them. I love it. Ingenious, absolutely ingenious. Because the one thing we didn't get in the trilogy was, what was your huge complaint? I remember you saying, I never felt like he was an actual threat. He was just an eye on top of a tower. Like, I see you kids down there. Where's my ring?
Yes. Sometimes it was comical when the eye would be looking at them. It would be like, why I oughta? And you're like, and then the little midget men are like, yeah, guy. Come and get me. I'm in the forest.
The Anur.
You don't have hiking boots. You don't have hiking boots.
They're both. He's Sauron is of a race called the Anur, and they were corrupted. It's a rich lore, man, and that's where the huge beef is. They feel like Galadriel is taking Elrond's place in his warrior time because there's nothing in the books that suggests that she was a warrior. But I'm okay with it, in the sake of this trailer. We're gonna check it out. I do love the way the orcs look, the white orcs. I think Amazon they nailed this, man. They nailed it. It may not be Peter Jackson, but and then we get the Balrog at the end of the trailer.
Yes.
Amazing.
Here's what it is, because I don't read all the books and stuff like that. That's why I'm not like people have these hard-ons about the accuracy. Like I remember when I saw somebody put up a video where they were angry that there were female orcs. And they're like, why are they adding female orcs? Orcs would never bring their women out into the field. I was like, who cares? Who fucking cares?
I feel like you're judging me and Matt right now because we're Lord of the Ring nerds. I've always felt this with you. Whenever I would say, but Lord of the Rings is the superior film, you and Zeus would be like, it's Star Wars time, bitch. You and your elves go sit in the corner. Like,
I respect. I respect Lord of the Rings.
Oh, did you hear that, folks? It's like I respect my uncle. I mean, he doesn't have a job.
Anyway. I'm not racist at all. I'd let one of your kind marry my daughter.
Just not come by for Thanksgiving. Did not come by for Thanksgiving.
No, I think I respect Lord of the Rings. Here's what it is. It's not my franchise mainly because of the films.
Right. Okay.
And my problem with the first original 3, which I like, but they just felt like they took forever. There was like, they really did capture the feeling of walking through a forest for days.
I knew you were going to say that. I sat through 3 films of a trilogy prequel, and 2 of them, every time I bought a ticket with you guys, I was like, why did I come here? Why did I come here to watch these movies? Now I got to hear these 2 complain about it. But I do think that the Amazon, here's what I'm happy about. I'm glad I don't have to see this in the movie, right? I'm glad I don't have to sit through 4 movies, made into 6. You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy it's going to be a show. The VFX looks good. I agree with Matt. There could be a chance that the writing is terrible, but I'm going to be tuning in. Check it out. I thought it was a trailer rollout.
I got to say this. I feel like we're cheating or something because of subscriptions. Because when you see something cool coming out like a trailer and you're like, what is this? And then it's for a streaming service you already have, and you don't have to pay another dime. You can watch it from the comfort of your home. Did you feel like yes? You can just sit in your boxers and be like, it's like you don't have to wait online for anything. You don't have to buy a ticket.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, I don't pay for my Amazon Prime. I know I pay for the Prime deliveries. If they pull some bullshit
that's what you're paying for. So you get both. So like if guys, if you don't have Prime, you're like crazy because you get free shipping and you get access to a streaming service.
$120 a month. So they are getting over on me now that I say it aloud. I'm paying. It's actually not free shipping. When I think about the amount of stuff I buy from Amazon, it's not enough to justify $120 a month, but I'm okay with it.
Wait,
right?
you don't pay $120 a month. You pay I think it's probably like a year.
Yeah, a year. Yeah.
Yeah, so just order a couple things each,
I mean, I get Comixology. I get some
Sometimes I just order shit on Amazon just to make sure the Prime thing works.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the vid messed that up too for a little while. I was like, I sent them a strongly worded letter. I was like, no, not my problem. My package is supposed to be here in 24 hours. You better let's get somebody out here. Like, that's the risk of life or 2.
Yeah, the funniest thing is I remember that I ordered something and they were actually dice. They were like exotic dice. So instead of exotic dice, they were way later. They were like 2 weeks later than they're supposed to. And as soon as I got it, I went to the website and I was like, I'm returning this shit. And they're like, why? And I was like, I needed it. I needed it when you said you'd bring it. And then they immediately go, we're refunding you. No need to send it back.
Ooh.
I said, okay. So I didn't know that was an option, but sometimes you can even get free things out of Amazon like that.
Yes, I did.
So that blew my mind.
Right, they can be bastards about it. They're like, yeah, we noticed you said that you didn't get the item. But we see here that you did get the item, and we sent you another one. So guess what? We're charging you for both. Don't bother calling this number back. And it's like, wait, no.
Wait, but that's another thing that's it's so stupid because like they'll leave it on your doorstep,
right?
And be like, well, we know our driver said he left it. And I'm like, I don't care what your fucking driver said. He left it in a place where kids could steal it.
That's why they send a picture now. D says with the amount of stuff I get every month, they're the ones getting ripped off.
Yeah.
Point, D. It's a good point.
Just order for no reason is what I'm saying.
I mean,
order shit you don't need.
my wallet's not set up like that anymore, so now I'm just like, do I need this $5 comic book? Yes. Add the cart.
Just add the cart. One comic, free delivery.
So we got that, right? That's what's coming. I don't know if Amazon rolled anything out. I didn't see anything about, Invincible or any other projects, Wheels of Time. So they're off the list. And now we've made it through. Any other honorable mentions? Any other people show up? Obviously, illustrators and writers showed up to Comic-Con. Those people that actually make up Comic-Con. Shout out to all the hardworking people
who should make up Comic-Con. So all these TV assholes.
Right.
It's just we live in a weird place where like Comic-Con nowadays, I don't know if you noticed the news was making a big deal about the Abbott Elementary booth.
No.
Abbott Elementary? So it's an ABC comedy about people who are teachers at an inner city school. The main character is the son from Everyone Hates Chris.
Yes, I do know this.
Right? Yeah. And it's okay. So, they had a dance team, a step team, like a black fraternity step team, at different intervals, coming out in the uniforms of the school, dancing and doing things. It got all this news, it got all this press, and I was like, "This is Comic-Con. We're not supposed to be celebrating sitcoms."
No, not at all.
Why don't you feature a comic book on your run about Comic-Con?
So here's the thing, and we got to acknowledge it is a symbiotic relationship, right? The more attention that's brought by like the MCU, DC, I guess, sitcoms, it brings more people to Comic-Con. I would just ask you folks, especially at San Diego or even New York or any of the other cons, once you leave the Hall H scenario, go check out the independent section. Go buy some comics, right? Go mix it up with the cosplayers. You know what I'm saying? Just get in there, get weird with it. Don't touch anyone.
Remember, cosplay is not consent. But no, I remember one year the hardest panel to get into was a Pretty Little Liars panel. Yeah, when they were into their final season, they went to Comic-Con. And like that had the longest line out of anything.
Is that the show with the little girls?
No, they're not little. They're women pretending they're teenagers.
They're tiny in stature, though, right?
No, I mean they're.
All right, we're not going to go down this way. We're not going.
No, I'm going to have to send you clips of Pretty Little Liars. So
don't send me anything, please. Don't send me anything. But I agree with you, right? There's certain things that just should not be at Comic-Con, man. I'm surprised. I don't know if they had a booth or why I never hear about them being there. Anyone representing Cartoon Network, Toonami, Nickelodeon, right? Last Airbender, illustrators from that show, anything like that, except for a sitcom from a major, network. No one gives a shit about that. I'll support that show in another way. Make a, sitcom, but.
Well, that actually reminds me. They made an announcement on Amazon, not Amazon, Avatar.
Oh, what they say?
So they're gonna do a movie. But no, wait, hold on. It's not the guys who screwed up the last one. So basically, unfortunately, no. Actually, this is actually a horrible, horrible thing that you're going to hear. This is horrible. So before Comic-Con, like months before, Netflix was making an Avatar movie, and they took all their notes. The main guys. The guys are still getting paid who made it, and they're making them where they live in the modern age and they're in high school together.
Right.
And the creators are like, "What the fuck is this?" And they stormed out, and they publicly said, "Fuck Netflix, fuck you all, you all suck." They had one of those moments. Right? They went and they made their own production company. And so here's the thing: they still have the rights to Avatar. However, they still rented some of the rights to Netflix, so they're going to be making competing properties.
Yes, I love when this happens. It's like Armageddon and Deep Impact.
So because they're making that stupid high school yeah, exactly. Remember that? Because they're making that high school one from Netflix, they're going to be like, well, we're making our own live action, but accurate.
I mean, I'm not here for it, but I'm here for it. I want to see, how bad the the modern day age. Nobody wants to see
the modern day one. That reminds me of the Dragon. Remember the Dragon Ball movie?
Oh my goodness, I'm trying to forget it. Oh snap, son, your show got a movie announced at Comic-Con. Friggin' Teen Wolf. Finally ending the show What a movie!
Yeah, the movie. 7
someone
seasons
else
in a
finally
movie, baby.
Someone else is getting a movie that's going to finally wrap a show. It's not coming to me right now. I should have wrote it down, but yeah.
Well,
Teen
people
Wolf.
always want that, but they were asking that for Game of Thrones. They wanted that for Sopranos. Blah blah blah.
Right.
Never materialized, and it's actually happening for this. And I'm not gonna lie, Teen Wolf is very cheesy.
Yeah, it's
Teen
really
Wolf is very cheesy entertainment.
It had its moments. Obviously, we got Walking Dead as well.
Oh, a million! Yo, they greenlit like a million shows for Walking Dead.
No one cares anymore. The comic's over, man. It's done.
So they have The Walking Dead, right? And then they have Fear the Walking Dead. Now they're gonna have Isle of the Walking Dead, which is like Maggie and Negan in Manhattan. They have The World Beyond, which is really a bunch of Gen Zers during the Walking Dead thing. They announced another one too. They were going nuts. Oh, a Michonne and Rick limited series that takes place like back when they were alive.
Wait, is Michonne dead?
I don't know if she's dead. I don't know if she
I
probably.
was going to go look for Rick, right, or some shit. Like, who gives a fuck?
Rick is definitely dead. But what I'm saying is, it takes place.
No, he's not dead, man. He got picked up by a helicopter, got whisked away.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Low quality writing.
That was some good 80s writing right there.
It's going to be a flashback back to when they were together and romantic. Because remember, there was a jump between them getting together, and then the next season jumped years when his daughter's a little older, and they've been living together and they're in love. And so it's going to take place between that time, and everyone's about that. Everyone's
okay. I'm here for it. I guess that guy realized there was nothing else out there for him. The actor that plays Rick, who I only saw originally before that. The only thing I ever know him from was a movie that we loved called Human Trafficking, which is not about human trafficking. It's actually about rave scenes. Do you remember this movie? English rave scene movie? Human Traffic?
Not one called Human Traffic.
Yeah, go check it out. It's a great film.
That's a shady title.
Yeah, it's a bad title.
That did not age well.
I wish I did not say it. Something just bounced off my head. Oh, Dungeons and Dragons, right? What'd you think of the trailer?
I'm not about it. The problem is, once again, this is a problem that they didn't roll into the fantasy. Now I'll tell you, I may have made jokes about Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is at least real fantasy.
Okay.
Do you saw the Dungeons and Dragons trailer?
Yes.
They're wearing outfits and doing things and being cool, and they're playing modern music to the thing. They're not trying to be medieval. They're trying to apologize for being medieval. It's really lame.
I mean, so the Dungeons and Dragon lore, correct me if I'm wrong, it's open-ended, right? Depending on what game you're playing. Like there's a set mythology, but there's no linear story for you to follow.
Yeah, so each world setting it takes place is a different fantasy world, and they have things about them, but not really necessarily a fixed timeline.
So what you're trying to say is the guy from Bridgerton should not be doing flips with a slightly thinner broadsword, cutting people in half like he's wielding a katana. Is that what you're saying?
I cannot stand that. They do that all the time in things, right? When someone has a rapier, which is a skinny ass blade you're supposed to poke people with, and they're chopping heads off. I'm like, you can't chop a head off with that.
You just lack the ability. You lack the ability and the imagination to do. I kind of enjoyed it. I thought it was fast paced. It was cheesy. It reminded me instantly of the original Dungeons and Dragon movie, and I was like, oh, so they just is this the same thing over again? Like, so is there anything else we missed before we get into the meat of it? Because we're 53 minutes in, and we got to start talking about the good shit.
I mean, obviously, like I care about Star Trek, but I don't think a lot of our viewers are into Star Trek. So
no, get into it. What they get?
Well, I mean, you're gonna have to, like, for instance, they're doing like, Strange New Worlds is like my favorite thing in the entire world. I absolutely love it. And like, strangely, they have a cartoon Star Trek 2 that they're doing, which takes place 100 years in the future, 100 years in the future from that.
Okay.
And they're having a crossover between the cartoon and Strange New Worlds because the actors who play the voices for the cartoons, they modeled them after them, so they actually look like their characters.
Okay.
So they're gonna have them come into live action, and so I'm like, I'm all about that. That's just blew my freaking mind.
No, we're here for it. I'm here for Star Trek, man. I'm here for it.
And even though I hate Picard, I hate everything about Picard, they're having Worf come in next season, and he's got white hair.
Yes,
white goatee, white hair, and stuff. I love Worf.
That actor has ruined War for me, only in the sense that he was in Ted 2, and I can't get over who the character he played in Ted 2. But it's Worf, but he's basically. I can't talk about it here, but if you know, you know.
Well, knowing Ted, you can't talk about it anyway.
Okay. Anything else for Star Trek before we jump into it? Because I want to start.
I mean, that's it. I was just doing quick tidbits on that.
Marvel Zombies. Your thoughts?
I'm all about it. It's gonna be fun. Okay. This is the idea of just a fun TV that you don't have. That's actually kind of one of the problems with Marvel or big things like this. They're always trying to make things tie in. Let's just watch something and have fun.
Right. Okay.
And so this is just going to be the fun. This is the fun show that's low stakes.
Okay.
So they can kill anybody. They can do whatever they want because it doesn't affect the greater world. Right. I'm all about it. I normally hate zombies, but superheroes versus zombies.
Pretty amazing. Go if you like superheroes versus zombies. Go check out a book called X Heroes. That's all the promotion they're going to get from me. They're a friend of a friend. I think it's a great idea. I'm looking forward to it. Marvel Zombies. I enjoy the publication more than I enjoyed DC's recent attempt, which is Deceased. If you haven't read that, it was good, but it wasn't.
I read a little Deceased. I think it went on for too long.
Yeah,
they did everything a crossover, and I was like,
well, at one point I was like, when is this going to end?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have to have an epic tale of superheroes versus zombies. I mean,
we just gotta tie that shit up. 12 issues, but I'm looking forward to that.
Which is why, like, for instance, I think the first series of Marvel Zombies as the comic and its origin in Ultimate Fantastic Four is all I need.
Yeah.
And they just kept doing Marvel Zombies. I was like, okay, I've had enough.
I enjoyed their brief rollout, their brief cameo in Battle World. Obviously, Jonathan Hickman's New Avengers leading into Battle World, the soft reboot of the Marvel Comics timeline. I love the fact that they gave us T'Challa, the King of the Dead, and I was like, this is such an obscure thing to do. And then he tied that shit all the way into, hey, by the way, all those zombies that are that are in Battle World, T'Challa can control that.
Yes, I love that, and like. I mean, it's a shame in every way that Chadwick Boseman, such an amazing actor, such a great guy, passed on. But because they have to play catch up with the fact that he passed, and they have to pass the torch, we're probably never going to see powers like that on screen.
When we get to the Black Panther trailer, some interesting stuff going on Reddit, some theories, obviously a bunch of psychopaths, but some of them I enjoy. But we'll get to that.
Real quick, I want to praise the comic, and I know a lot of people won't read it, but it's some of the best Fantastic Four stories. Is Ultimate Fantastic Four
great stories?
And so in it, the way they're the ones who introduced the Marvel Zombies, and the way this works is that the Ultimate Reed Richards, he gets a transmission, and he from another dimension, and he looks into it, and it looks like Reed Richards from 616.
Right.
And he's like, hey, we're doppelgangers. Let's hang out. And he's like, yeah, okay. And he's like, here's the coordinates to my dimension. Here's how you tell. And he sent them blueprints. And then they teleport there. And the world they go to is completely destroyed. And they're like, what's going on? And it was all a trick. And really, that Reed Richards is a zombie. And because they ran out of things to eat. The superheroes had eaten everything on it. And they want to go into the Ultimate Universe. And it was a great story. It was like a great, fun zombie story.
I know it's boss, man. It's gonna be interesting. I enjoyed that episode in What If. Oh, we're gonna get to that later. I enjoyed it. I agree with you. I think it's great that it's closed off little world. We can get some cool stories. Doesn't need to tie in, and the MCU can finally get over one of their greatest humps, which they to this day have not figured out. Having people die, stay dead, and let there be consequences. So we'll get that in that mini rollout there.
Well, Disney's not gonna let anyone have consequences.
Oh, no.
Disney will not let people die. They will not let villains be evil, period. Everyone is redeemable. Everyone's sorry. They made a mistake.
Sounds like Christianity.
No. Because there's a hell in Christianity.
Oh, good point. And it's called Switzerland. I want to get to X-Men.
Okay, X-Men 97.
Oof, what do you think? I enjoyed it. I'm here for it, man. I'm all for the nostalgia.
For the nostalgia, I really like that show. I just found out recently that my sister didn't like it. I was like talking about how excited I am to see 97, and then she's like, "Oh no, that show sucked. That's the shit with the babies." I was like, okay.
Thanksgiving is canceled. Is it is it true that all the original? I think I heard that all the original voice actors are coming back for the show, and it's going to pick up. So if you don't know that the original X-Men show, the animated show, it did have an ending. A lot of people don't know that about it, and it was a cliffhanger. And it's really, and that's why I was really happy that it was on Disney Plus. I suggest you go binge watch it.
I'm closer to the release of '97. I'm definitely gonna binge watch all of that.
Are you up on the ending for that show? Because
it's been years. It has been so many years.
So open-ended. And if they just pick up from that very last episode and they get into this, I'm going to be extremely happy with it. Obviously, this is more of a nostalgia play because we know that now we can kind of see that they're going to start rolling out mutants quicker than we thought. You and I had made the original estimation that we would not see a mutant until like phase 6 or some shit like that. But I guess Kevin Feige was like, hey, pull out the trump card. We got to get over Eternals. Get the mutants.
Right. They owe us, basically. He knows he owes us for wasting our time and money, and now he has to get us mutants. Have you heard about the conspiracy theories about the mutants?
No.
So they had copyrighted the name The Mutants. Okay. So I think my theory is that's a working title. But
I told you this the last San Diego Comic-Con when he's like, I know you guys want to hear about the mutants. And you're like, no, Steve, you're a crazy man that lives in the basement. And I was like, this is true.
No, but the conspiracy theory is like you is that the reason why they want to call it the mutants instead of X-Men, which I would lose my mind if they did, is that they think the X-Men being gendered is not inclusive enough.
All right, I would agree that that's a possibility. Here's another one. Kevin Feige, being a frugal businessman, knows that he's like, that property under Fox's control is absolute shit, and I want to distance myself from that branding. So rolling out a movie called The Mutants would give people a chance to get reacquainted with mutants.
Okay, the problem is that people may have associations with the movie, but in general, the name X-Men,
right,
is one of the biggest brands of all of comics. It's probably bigger than Justice League or Avengers or something.
I don't disagree.
You don't want to ditch that. It's like having a Coca-Cola drink and not calling it Coke.
Hold on. Well, that's called RC
brown stuff.
Bro, you lived in the Carolinas. You drank some RC. Don't fucking act like you're a purist now. I know you drink.
I will drink RC, but that's because I'm hood.
I'm not saying they ditched the name. I'm saying according to the stipulations of MCU rollouts, I would not be surprised if someone said, hey, let's do the mutants, and then the banner at the end will be X-Men, right? It's going to be the formation of the team, and then just like Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
If they name a movie The Mutants, I'm not allowed to say on YouTube what I'm going to do.
Oh, wow.
It's me ugly. Yeah, no, nothing crazy. I'm just gonna shit my pants. Okay, that's what I was implying.
Oh no, people say weird all the time. It's like your YouTube channel. If you're not saying it, you're not going to get views. So remember to like, share, and subscribe.
Oh, look what Laney says. Not the RC. You don't drink RC?
It's like that. You go up to two vending machines, and the Coca-Cola machine always looks clean, and it's got a variety. And there's an RC machine over there with a bandana around its head, flipping a coin. Like
there's a crack in the glass.
You can put your $1 in here, but I don't know if you're gonna get a drink.
You put $1 in, and some Lucy's pop out instead of cola.
Newports. Yeah. So X-Men is 97. I think is going to be a crack. For those of us in the nostalgia role, and I think it's great that it's just animated. I think it's going to start softening and lubing us up for their version of the X-Men. You got to remember, it's always about lube with the MCU. It's about marketing. It's about let's test it out.
Calling it the Mutants is a huge mistake. Kevin Feige didn't want to listen to me about Eternals, and he didn't want to listen to me about Miss Marvel, and here the fuck he is.
What do you mean? He's still a millionaire, right? You act like he's desperate.
No. But I'm saying, obviously, he had panic. Obviously, he has some Disney executives on his ass being like, we spent a bunch of money on this Miss Marvel thing. Why isn't it happening? And he's like, I don't know.
Someone compared it to Scott Pilgrim today. They said, if you like Scott Pilgrim, you'll like
it steals the weird effects that they use, but it's not anywhere in terms of like, no.
Okay. I still gotta binge it. Okay. I know I promise you they will name the movie X-Men. Now can
They
we
better.
continue to have the conversation?
I'm gonna bitch to you so hard if they name it.
Why am I responsible for their mistakes?
Because you just promised me to call the X-Men.
You promised me they're not gonna fuck up Blade. So I guess we're gonna be standing outside the movie theater, both premieres with knives to each other's throats.
I sense goodness coming out of Blade.
I know. D says, hell yeah, RC from the purple 99 cent store. If you know you.
Yeah.
Yo, no, D is talking about the real 99 cent store, not Dollar General, but the 99 cent store in California where things are actually $1.08 after tax, which means it's 99 cents.
Well, because California is too freaking highly taxed, man.
We're not here for the politics, all right? You let those freaking zombies pay whatever. Not you, D. You're good people. You're good people.
Give us an X-Men, but please give us the good ones. I'm tired of the same stories over and over. Yeah.
Yes. I agree, Lainey. That's why I think they're going to test the market with the animated series. They're going to give us the stories that, they're obviously going to do days. No, they can't do Days of Future Past. If this is moving forward, they're going to have to do things. Okay, so this is where the original show sucked. The externals, all those great stories that fleshed out Gambit's backstory, they ruined it in the animated series. The externals portion was such a passing phase. Cable was passing, even though his
Cable. They fucked up Cable real good.
They messed up Bishop really bad. So we'll just see where they go with this whole thing. I'm excited. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. You're so caught up in this X-Men thing. They're gonna name him X-Men, bro. If Namor got wings on his feet, rest assured they're gonna name it X-Men.
What are your thoughts on So let's talk about Shaolin Iceboxer's rumor.
What did he say? What that?
Way back up there. Giancarlo Esposito as Professor X.
You're trying to line me up, but I've been drinking this good tea and I'm calm tonight. I'm calm. I'm not going to go here with you tonight.
So that's something you'd flip out. So I'd flip out if they're called the mutants, but you'd flip out if they.
I'm not flipping out about anything. I've been doing yoga. I've been taking long walks.
You sound like Bruce Banner right now. You realize that, right?
I do not want that. Even though he's an amazing actor, I don't want it. I think he would be much better in a different role. But if this is what people, if he's Xavier, then fine. I think he would be better as a voice actor for Apocalypse. Give us the Apocalypse we deserve. You don't think he'd be a great voice actor?
I think he's too villainous. In the way I see him, he's too villainous. He played Moff Gideon and he played Gustavo Fring in Breaking Bad. He's the villain of villains. I can't see him being a good guy anymore.
Yeah, voice acting, yes. But no, Professor X, no. I don't want to see Magneto as a black guy. I don't need that, right? I'm not that guy. I want to see Magneto played well. That's what I care about most. I want to see, and I think that's something that was great about the. You remember the director's cut of the original X-Men movie when they actually show him getting taken away from his parents at what we assume is the word we cannot say, but you know what I'm talking about, right? And they're like
pulling his hand out.
Yes,
and the gate is like,
yes. That was the best part of that.
And I will say this. Backstory on the TV show. The TV show wasn't allowed to use the words we're not allowed to use as well for various reasons. Mm-hmm. And I think they did a good job of changing what country and what oppression was happening to them.
Yeah.
That was well done, giving Magneto basically the same origin, but switching around the event so that it didn't.
Yeah, the nameless green soldiers that were running around with
tracking families out of their houses and stuff like that. Yeah.
But again, if that happens, I'm not going to be so mad to the point where I boycott it. I'll be consistent. I'll go check it out. And if he's great in it, I'll be the first to say he was great in it. But I still, I'm not here for it.
Because the truth is that we really just need to save the race bending for Cyclops. Make Cyclops black. Make Cyclops black.
Folks, I want you to know at 1 hour, 9 minutes, and 25 seconds was the moment Mantis made me decide to have my second drink on air. And I was doing good before this.
I just feel like the world would be a better place if Cyclops is black.
I'm not doing this with you. We've been caught in these fucking little debates that you blame me for every episode. In the green room, he's going to be like, Steve, you were just out of line tonight. I'm like, I didn't say
I never say that. No, Wouldn't it be funny if they made all the X-Men black and then they made Storm white?
Even Jubilee, they're like,
see, Laney knows it. So Laney
Lane's
says,
just
I'm
down
down.
for a Black Cyclops. Well, Laney, I've always said you're down for the community, so we thank you for that. We appreciate you. Okay, let's move on because I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this tonight. I'm in a good mood. No, okay. Let me say this, right? You know why I don't have issue? You know why I don't have issue with the Mayan Aztec influence on Namor? Because no one knows what the Aztecs are, and I think that Namor was drawn in such a way that we all assumed that he was like Asian, but we all know that was. We know what that was, right? I'm not saying that Stan Lee in them, but like.
Yeah, all we know is that he was not white.
Right.
You know, yeah, but all we know, he's a new race that just lives under the sea, you know?
Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Let's get back to the freaking mutants. You tried, but I passed the test, and I'm good.
For now. It's still more show.
I will send as the force goes. Anyway, so I want to go back and just cap off with the X-Men. Is this going to be a dump? Like, are they dumping all the episodes, or do I have to sit through this weekly? Because I'm not here for that shit. I went through that as a kid. I want it all at once.
I mean, Disney Plus seems to not do dumps. They seem to weekly. I don't know if that will include for like a half an hour kid show cartoon. I don't know if that's the same thing.
See, this is the problem, man. Castlevania ruined me in the sense where when I finally watched it, I was like, well, I got to watch the rest of it. I initially could not get through the first season. I watched the same episode, the first episode over and over again. I was like, this is super cheesy. But then when I got through that, I just went to watch the entire thing.
I do agree. It takes a couple episodes to get into Castlevania. It does
cool
seem like generic vampire bullshit.
Yeah, once you get through those first two episodes, I just need this all at once. And here's my case. I understand what Grace Randolph is saying about, people wanting to look forward to episode after episode. But I think there's some content where it's released at the same time makes for a much more enjoyable watch, because it's cool to sit around with your kids and your family and binge something. Because sometimes you won't even, if you got kids, you ain't gonna make it through the whole thing. One of them's gonna be like, and then they just run away, and it's like, all right, I'll pause it, we'll come back to it. But it's great to get through it all at once. I think just for animated stuff.
I think that maybe they'll drop 2 a week, maybe. Because another thing, I hope they're not doing like what they've been doing, where they like, we're giving you 10 episodes a season. No, you need to give us 25 if it's a cartoon.
Old school, give me that 26.
Yeah, old school, 25.
26.
Yeah. 26. Yeah, 26. It was always an even number. It was.
Let me ask you a question before this completely drops out of my head. We don't fully know if the original voice actors are coming back. We don't know if it's picking up from the last episode. Do we know who the animation studio is? Is it the same team that did it originally, or? I
don't know, but it's probably not.
Oh, that sucks.
They're probably just stealing the style. Or whatever. Yeah, I don't think.
Matt, if you're still here, I suggest you and Mantis, if you haven't seen it already, it's a great documentary about that team. And they're just this kind of hodgepodge. It's a married couple, and it's the people who animated that and did the writing on that are not the people you expect them to look like.
Right. No, I've seen behind the scenes thing, because I saw a documentary the other day about the last episode of X-Men.
Yeah, it's good stuff, right?
That's good stuff. They were talking about how much crazy stuff they got away with. Because
they weren't supposed to put Doctor Strange in there. They put Spider-Man in there. They didn't have any of those licenses.
They were just crossing lines and stuff like that, doing all sorts of things.
Gangsters.
Yes, pioneers, absolute pioneers.
Let's roll it out. What's next? What do you got next?
Well, let's get into Black Panther before we run out of time, man.
Fuck, man.
Oh, why? Because you don't want to be touched in the feels,
bro. I got. My wife cried when she watched it, and I wasn't far behind her. I kept it together. I kept it tough. You know what I'm saying? Kept it tough. But this was that opening shot, which is clearly the funeral. First, you get Nakia on the beach. A lot of beach themed shots in this. I don't know if you know.
They need to be by the water for this. They need a constant looming threat of the water.
Oof! I can feel myself getting emotional now. Let me just see if I can get through this, bro. That shit was beautiful. Nakia in the opening shot, the white triumphant walk towards what clearly looks like the entrance to Wakanda's metropolis or Macropolis, which is the home of the dead. There, I don't know. They didn't introduce us in the first movie, but yeah, there's a place where all the kings are buried, all the kings and queens of Wakanda, and they're marching Chadwick there, and they're celebrating, and then a little homage to that picture they had of Iron Man and Far From Home. Homecoming, Far From Home, No Way Home. Yes. Remember when Peter's up on the building and there's a picture of Iron Man and he's looking at it?
Yes.
Same kind of shot going on there. You got Chadwick Boseman there. So many great things happening in this, man. Go ahead, you take it from here, man. Let me just recompose myself.
So what I believe. Wait, hold on, real quick. For a final thought on the cartoon. Lainey says, "Oh, so it's going to be the same style." That's exciting. I'm not really into the newer animation. They ruined the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, in my opinion. Oh, they've made so many versions of the Turtles. It's horrible. But yes, X-Men 97 is supposed to be picking up where that old show ended, and it's supposed to feel like the same show is the concept. But with Black Panther,
yes, Matt, that's a good. Yes, there was a Mayan temple in the background
where they have failed. Oh. No, it wasn't fail because they didn't mean. They probably didn't mean to do it, but they gave us almost no plot, but they gave us all emotion, all heart, and you just feel. I felt feelings. I felt a lot of freaking feelings.
I know you have this thing with teasers where you don't like the teaser rollout, which is weird because it kind of has this dualistic thing with you where it's like they release a teaser and you're like, not enough substance. But I'm like, that's the teaser, and then we'll get a trailer that you're gonna be mad about that has too much shit in it. But
here's basically what it is.
Go for it.
I'm not gonna pretend. I'm not gonna simp for these people. I'm not gonna simp for Feige and pretend that he did me a favor when he does something like, for instance, the Captain America New World Order trailer, where all the footage was from Falcon. And there's like one shot of like Anthony Mackie versus Robot. Like it looks like he's about to fight a robot, doesn't fight him.
Okay, but we got to differentiate between these two trailers, right?
So I'm just saying, obviously they gave us more there. But what I do believe, here's what I'm saying. It is an advertising campaign. Your job is to wow me on some level.
Okay, so this is where I'm going to defer with you, but not say that you're wrong, right? I'm not going to devalue your opinion. I'm going to treat you with kid gloves as if you went to a.
Oh, we're going to fight tonight.
I want you to know you're in a safe space. I think that they had to roll this out because the one thing that people were wondering about is what is the tone, the feel, and how are they going to acknowledge? They have to overcome a very large mountain, which is they did not recast T'Challa, right? So they had to hit us in the feels, right? They're sticking their feet down. And remember, I told you there's a Reddit thing I want to talk about. And I was like, oh, man, if they do that, that would be ingenious. So we get Nakia looking out in the water, right? We get the triumphant walk of the dead. That shit was fucking fire. Angela Bassett, if you didn't know, that woman can act. I know it's hard to see.
Of course she can.
In certain movies, no, because she's in the latter day of her careers, and a lot of people have made her a parody of herself because of her iconic role as Tina Turner. Obviously, right. Stella got her groove back, Waiting to Exhale. This woman is a thespian. But before we get there were some other drops you didn't notice. So, M'Baku jumping out of the boat, obviously to confront Namor. Prior to that shot, we get Namor being birthed. Prior to that shot, we see. Can we roll the trailer? Is it copy? Are we going to get copyrighted? Don't do it. It'll take us out the zone. Don't do it. So much stuff in there that I would pleasantly happy with. Okoye fighting, obviously, Atlantans on the bridge. I don't know if you noticed this. Did you happen to notice there was a bald black woman with a blue suit on? Did you see her?
No.
I can give you a huge spoiler for this movie right now if you want me to.
Oh, well, I'm cool. What about you, chat? What do you guys? You guys want to hear a spoiler?
It's actually from the comics. Matt probably already knows what I'm talking about. So we got that shot. We obviously see American soldiers, or what appears to be American soldiers, raiding a Wakanda ship.
Yeah.
There's so much shit going on here, but they hit us in the feels because they had to, right? We get to see Ironheart. You see how they snuck that in there? Like, feel. Oh, hey, yeah, here's Riri, that character that's
yeah.
And divisive. Feel. Oh, by the way, here's this as well. And I think they did a good job at that. And then I think they capped it off it amazingly with the reveal of the Black Panther claw, which I think we all know at this point is going to be his sister. But here's the thing also, and I know Matt's not going to agree with me on this one, but I'm okay with it. If you're going to do the She MCU, this is the way to do it. Because no one picked up, only a few people picked up that all the main characters in this movie, save M'Baku, are all females. Like everyone in this movie of importance.
He's got no bros on his side, man.
No bros. It's just Nakia, Okoye.
To be honest, I don't think they're gonna do it. But from the trailer, it almost looks like M'Baku's going to die.
He is 100% going to die.
It looks like he's jumping to a final battle, like he's going to try to be a hero and die.
Yes, 100%. I got that same vibe, and I was just like, because if you look at the shot, they're coming in with Wakanda fighters. All the other Atlanteans are rolling, and I'm like, oh shit, they're sticking with Namor having a high dexterity and invulnerability. He doesn't move, and the art of comics, as you know. Motherfucker who jumps that high usually gets caught by the throat.
You know what he could probably, but he's probably, you know what? This is gonna be the Wolverine thing, where he's there and M'Baku's there to show how cool Submariner is.
He's there to get.
So like, it's the mighty M'Baku, and he jumps in and he gets sunned up. He's gonna get sunned up by him.
Also, here's a little something that you got to notice, man. You're a kung fu guy. You love kung fu choreography. You hate dust kick kung fu choreography. I know that shit burned you out. But man, that shot of Okoye getting pushed back on the bridge and she has to stab her. Think of the stark contrast of where she came from in the original movie, where she's almost like this unmovable object, and now something can actually push her back.
I had another crazy theory. I don't know if they're going to do it, but I think fans would like it. Because I know a lot of people are not hot about his sister taking the mantle.
Yeah.
What if they give it to Okoye or Lupita?
That's one that's floating around there, but we have to acknowledge, and I would be fine with that. To be honest with you, I would be fine with it because his sister's run as the Black Panther in the actual comics is so brief, and it's a great run because she was, for all intensive purposes, with Thanos coming to the planet with the fucking, what were they called? His little crew, the Call Obsidian. She did rep, right? And she went out like a G before the incursion. She fought that female with the staff that's down with.
No, not Ebony.
Not Ebony Maw. Proxima Midnight.
Proxima Midnight. All those names are all similar. They're all
it's so hard to remember. But she went out like a G. Shout out to his sister. We got to talk about one thing though, man. Everyone assumes it's the woman in the suit, but someone did point out something that was really clever. They were like, the Kendrick Lamar scene, the verse, and shout out to them. That's probably the best mashup. No woman, no cry. Everything gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. Yo, I was fucking losing my mind. Yeah. I was losing my mind. I'm so fucking black. Here's the thing, man. That scene where the claws get popped and it says when I wake up, there's a whole Reddit that's dedicated to the fact that they're talking about Michael B. Jordan. Like there's a whole Reddit where it's like, just because it's that scene. I know it's a far reach.
I don't want it because it makes so little sense.
Wait, but here's the thing you don't realize. In the comics, remember I told you about the triumphant walk to Macropolis? Yeah. You know where Killmonger was resurrected?
Wait, he was resurrected in the comics?
He was resurrected in the comics, and guess where he was resurrected at? Macropolis.
Okay, but wait, hold on. I'm just trying to work my mind around it because the whole thought process is why would they be able to resurrect him but not their king? It doesn't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't, like,
I know it doesn't jive, but I think that, you know, there's obviously lazy storytelling and plot devices. You know, Black Panther is probably going to die from some disease that's related to the herb. Like I really think that's going to be the thing. They're going to be like this.
Oh, you don't think he's going to be physically bested?
No, I think he's going to die from a disease. Also, I think that shot of the panther popping its claws, it could also be the king. It could be T'Chaka doing more T'Chaka shit. We got to acknowledge that his dad is a fuckboy that did fuckboy shit. Right? We got to acknowledge that, right?
I looked at it because, you know what? At first I thought that the one popping the claws looks skinny, but other people are like, no, it's not skinny, it's thick. And I'm like, they look kind of skinny. They look like
it looks like whatever you want it to look like.
Yeah, they made it ambiguous. It's very ambiguous. I don't. So no, I admit I'm very excited about this. If they pull this off, this might be the greatest movie ever.
It's
hard. It's going to be hard to satisfy all the fans, man.
It's going to be hard, but pause. But here's the thing, right? All they have to do is not make the mistakes that they made in Phase 4, right? I think Black Panther: Wakanda Forever is going to almost exist in its own universe because it really is going to kick off. We need them to be serious, right? We need them to bring seriousness back to this genre.
And this is going to be serious. This is going to be they're almost not allowed to make a joke in this.
And because here's the thing, with their king dead, right? So now you're looking at other world powers moving in on Wakanda, right? And I'm telling you, if it's not Killmonger, if it's not his sister, if it's not Okoye, that's King T'Chaka, because there's another scene that's in there where young Namor is walking up and you see a house being burned down, and people are speculating that's his like ceremonial home where his land dweller mother lived and she was killed, and they're thinking that the scene with T'Chaka, potentially T'Chaka popping his claws, was his dad being a bastard, burning down.
He was grimy in his day.
Yeah,
that he's responsible for her. Oh my God, which would justify his attacks on them. That would be.
And the second thing is they think that maybe New World Order for Falcon, for Captain America, they think that maybe this is a play by the shadow government and they're pitting Wakanda and Atlantis together. Either way it goes, we got good, healthy speculation going on. You should be happy about this.
So you know what? You know, if they play their cards right, this is done well. They will play it in a similar way. Do you know? Remember when Batman died?
Yes.
There was a limited series called Battle for the Cowl, and you didn't know who was gonna get it.
Yes,
and it's like all the Robins, and even the Batgirl and the one female Robin, and all their faces are at the first page. And the whole thing is like through it, you can, as you're reading it, you're like, I can kind of see any one of them becoming the next Batman.
Wait,
thank God Dick Grayson beat them all, but
thank God, right? Because no one wants fucking Red Hood.
I hate that dude. I hate everything about him. He's so all edgy. People love him. He's garbage.
Oh, you put
but they could do this. Here's what I'm saying. If they do it with Shuri, Okoye, what's Lupita's name? Nakia. Even what's his face? And Baku. Kind of like we don't know who's gonna get it.
Let your Uncle Mantis and Steve help you right now. Anyone that jumps out of a boat like that is going to either get sunned or die.
I was like,
so do you want me to the chat decide? Do you want me to tell you who the mysterious blue woman is with the bald head?
Yo, guys, one in the chat if you want to know what information Uncle Curmudgeon has for you. That's Steve.
Matt says, I don't think this movie is going to be good. It has too many problems with Boseman dying. R.I.P. I mean, Coogler can't even write a check. Yo, he got clear to that, Matt. You can't be spreading misinformation.
Hold on. It's a funny joke to make, but honestly,
it's an amazing joke. That's an amazing joke. That's an amazing joke. All right, so
we're gonna star that comment, even though
they're dropping ones in the chat. Okay, so here it is. So I don't expect me to get these names right. Okoye's second in command. She was in Captain America: Winter Soldier. She threatened Scarlett Johansson. She said, "Move or be moved."
Right.
So in the comics, that character, the Dora Milaje, they're actually women who are trained to be Black Panther's potential wives. They come from every part of the tribe, and obviously this is too problematic for Disney. They're not going to do anything like that. But that character there, the one I just described, Okoye's second in command, she has a relationship with a woman in the Dora Milaje who defects because she killed a chieftain in Wakanda who was abusing women. That character, if you look that woman's name up in IMDb, is that character from the comics. She defected from Wakanda and she started her own version of the Dora Milaje, where she was basically recruiting women or former Dora Milaje.
So she's an anti-Dora Milaje.
and she led an uprising. She's the reason that the Atlanteans are going to be able to breach Wakanda, 100%.
So if they do that, then they're going to take. Then they'll probably never play on the Nakia is a traitor story.
Say again?
Because Nakia in the comics ends up betraying Black Panther.
Oh no, Nakia.
Yeah, Nakia. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Nakia ends up being a traitor to them. So if they do this other woman as a traitor, then they can save Lupita. Because I don't want Lupita though.
No one wants that. No one wants that.
I don't want to see that. Come on. To be honest, I love Nakia. Here's what it is. She was the least impressive in Black Panther 1, but I love her as an actress, and I want her to be Black Panther. But it's not going to happen. It wouldn't make sense.
Listen, there's at least 96 people that I would wipe off the face of the earth for that actress. Yes. Not in a sexual way.
Lupita, man.
Like if she was trying to get milk at Whole Foods and she's like, oh my goodness, I cannot get here to these people. like, which one's bothering you? I'll kill them all. But yeah, that's who that character is, and that's why she's dressed. I love the fact that they kept her in the blue uniform because it's indicative of them revolting against Wakanda, which is also consistent with the storyline that they have going. But yeah, she's going to be the one that gets this whole thing cracked off. She's on that bridge when Okoye is fighting the Atlanteans.
Okay, so it's going to be great disrespect to her that it's going to reveal that she's a traitor.
Yes.
So, do you have any thoughts on Namor now that we've actually seen him on camera?
So I had a few thoughts, but none of which are consistent with the show we're doing right now. I love the actor that's going to be playing Namor. I love the fact that it's going to be Mayan/Aztec culture. There is a part of me that has an issue with something that I won't say on this show. So you're going to have to come back for I'll tell you afterwards, but
okay. RM says, excuse me, he was racially profiled. We all know Matt was making a joke. It's just funny. Obviously, here's what I'm saying. What kind of stupid security guard thinks that someone who's doing a deposit has robbed the bank? Obviously the security guards are idiots in that case, but it's funny to say that he can't write a check, let alone
Ryan Coogler. Shout out to him though, man, for keeping this thing together. I honestly think that he might be the Holy Ghost. Excuse my sacrilegious statement right there in this scenario. I think
Anika, is Anika the name of the?
Yes, Anika is the name. Anika is the name. I think that he might be the thing binding this whole thing together. But I really think there's a great story here, Mantis. I think there's a great story.
And also, we didn't even address that.
Oh yeah, there's a rumor that Doom is orchestrating the fight between Wakanda and Atlantis. Yes, so a lot of people are speculating that it's America or Thunderbolts. That woman, Seinfeld lady. What's her name? Lane. Yeah. They think she might be at the end of it, but I'm like, yeah, she's too comedic at this point. I do think it's Doom.
So here, I actually truly believe it is Doom. And so another thing is what they're saying is that the Fantastic Four, including Doom, so the 5 of them, will each appear in a different thing before they meet up together in the Fantastic Four. You know what I'm saying? They've already been the Fantastic Four, and then we're going to see them. So for instance, you heard about the whole She-Hulk rumors?
Some of them. You heard about them.
There's one that one of her clients is the Thing.
No, I didn't hear that one.
There's apparently a client that she only talks to via communications, like emails, and he doesn't want to see anyone to see his face because he's like, I can't show you my face. Can't show you my face. And then when she finally sees him at the very end, it ends up being the Thing. Not
a relevant character other than the fact that he's on Fantastic Four, but that would be a great way to reveal him.
But for instance, so it's like Mr. Fantastic in Doctor Strange, Doctor Doom in a Black Panther, Thing in She-Hulk, and then the other 2 will be in some other things, and then they'll eventually be in their own movie together.
If it followed that line that you laid out, that would be an ingenious way to roll out the Fantastic Four, because it would be a great way to bring relevance to a team that I've always found extremely comedic up until the Jonathan Hickman run. I'm sorry for all you old school Fantastic Four fans, but really they're spelunkers. Prior to the
spelunkers, he said.
Prior to the Jonathan Hickman run on Fantastic Four, they are spelunkers and they are adventurers and they're cosmonauts.
Okay, I think I have to give you an intervention.
No, I will not. No, I've read Fantastic Four comics.
No, not about Fantastic Four. About your love, and I like them too.
Don't you say it.
Jonathan Hickman.
Don't you say it. I'll
You
come over
love
there and I'll
that
strangle
dude
you.
so much. You think he walks on water, man.
I don't think he. I think he's had some good runs.
You'll be like, such and such character's garbage, except when Hickman is writing him. And I'm like, calm down. Like, there was never an X-Men story until Jonathan Hickman got a hold of it.
Yo, this is. I've been dealing with this BS for 20 years. I can't like anything without you guys.
No, you can't. You can. It's fine. He did good. He did good. I'm just saying. There are good Fantastic Four stories other than Jonathan Hickman. That's all I'm saying.
Name 2.
Well, like I said, Ultimate Fantastic Four.
No. We're talking mainline 616. Name 2.
So, actually the one where She-Hulk was on the team.
That's new Fantastic Four.
No. It wasn't New Fantastic Four. It was her. She replaced the Thing when he was off the team.
Yeah,
this was like late '80s or something. That was a good run. It is a little comedic. It's comedic. You're right.
3 issues, bro. It's 3 freaking issues, man. Like, no, her run on the Fantastic Four is more than 3 issues. But okay, I digress.
Yeah.
All I'm saying to you is, in regards to Wakanda Forever, this could be a new launching pad for the MCU, man. And I think they should really take note. Yes, the teaser didn't give us much in regards to what the plot's going to be, but we got enough to know that we're interested. In regards to the actor playing Namor, I think he's going to nail it. I hope he nails it. I was worried about the physicality. He's not really a bulky dude. It's kind of
he's not, man. He really does. Here's what it is. He has the physique, and this is going to sound like I'm an expert on male pole dancers, but he's the physique of a male pole dancer. They're never jacked. You know what I mean?
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Like, you didn't know about. Yeah,
No.
they're male pole dancers, and Namor clearly is one of them. So he's not. They're never jacked. They don't have like real muscles. They're fit, but they don't have muscles. You know what I mean?
Okay.
No mo. This is a no mo situation. I realize I've just talked myself into a corner right now.
Right now,
Public.
Bex is texting you.
Oh my God! Hello, public friend. How are you?
Good evening, public. Why did I get the old Steve? I didn't say it. Mantis said it.
Wait, hold on.
He made the no mo statement, not me. I'm just sitting here amazed that there's a thing as male pole dancers. I didn't know.
You didn't know there was male pole dancers,
and that you know so much about it.
I don't know so much about them, but I'm saying I know their physique. They have like the swimmer's physique. They don't have like they're not like raw power physique.
So right there,
You all know what I'm talking about. Don't pretend like I'm crazy.
Right there. Yeah, right there. You just described some very in-depth stuff. You're like their physique, their ability. You obviously know how to critique their
I'm saying when a male pole dancer comes on, you don't go, "Oh, why aren't any of these guys jacked?"
No, I didn't know it existed.
Why are there no bear pole dancers? You don't ask that?
I honestly did not know it existed. You told me, but you set out 3 very distinct levels of criteria.
See, public knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So yes, he doesn't have. He's not. The point is, Namor is not jacked.
Okay. I'm pulling it in. Good.
Yes. So they're fit. Yeah, they're fit. They're fit, but they're not like jacked.
Just go on to Namor.
And so that's what Namor has.
Right. I don't think he's that fit though. He's kind of got like the love handle, and I'm not anyone to judge the love handle.
I don't know if he says love handles. I just
go look at the shot again, man. He's got a little bit of like, hipster bod type shit going on. Like he trains at the park. He's not.
I don't like his mustache, man.
I'm not mad.
Namor doesn't have a mustache.
You know what I don't like, even though it's beautiful. I don't like the head garb. That's got to come off at some point, and I think it does in action scenes. Also, another thing is, if they make Namor, okay, we got to go back. We were talking about Fantastic Four. You know why Sue Richards needs to be in this movie? Because she can be the thing that stops this whole thing. But no one's gonna like the statement that me and Mantis are gonna make right now. Because
go ahead. Oh, that some magical white woman is going to stop a war between minorities? Yeah, fuck that. Fuck no way.
Yeah, if you don't know that in the comics, Namor, there was only one thing that's ever stopped Namor from like really
His
going ham.
infatuation with the Invisible Woman, Sue Storm, who is a blonde-haired, blue-eyed like chick.
No, I don't think it's the end of Matt says with Atlantis flooding Wakanda. Do you think it's the end of the Wakanda and the MCU like Sokovia? I don't think it's the end of Wakanda, and I don't think it's going to be the same level as A versus X when Namor flooded in that sense. What I do think is he's going to flood that throne area. I think he's going to wipe out that
AVX. He had freaking Phoenix Force powers. That's
yeah.
And that would be too tragic. We can't lose Black Panther and Wakanda in the same movie. That would just,
and thus the name Wakanda Forever. I do think that he's going to occupy it for a second, and then they're going to get their asses tossed out.
Yeah, they're going to team up at the end. The new Black Panther and Namor are going to team up to beat, or at least defeat, Doctor Doom. That's what I'm thinking.
Do you know that Doctor Doom actually showed up during a Black Panther comic and made racist statements to Black Panther? Not like real, like he didn't use the N-word, but it was during Storm's run as the Queen of Wakanda. And it's right before he detonates all the Black Panther has to detonate all the vibranium, because there's a whole thing. It's a whole fucking thing. But he shows up and he meets with Storm and T'Challa, and he basically says, "You credit to your race and an amazing specimen. I wish I could examine you further."
Oh my God. What year was this comic published?
I'll find it for you, bro. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yo, I mean, just in general, comics in general, like anytime people are like, yo, actually, I think Storm is literally the only non-racist Black depiction in Marvel or anywhere. And so, like, I'll give you an example.
I'll go with that.
Let's look at Luke Cage. Back when he was Power Man, he has so many over-the-top, stereotypical Blaxploitation plot lines. There's one where Doctor Doom owes him money, so he sneaks into where Sokovia sneaks into his castle and bitch slaps him until he gives him his money.
Yeah, bitch better have my money. Better have my money. Matt says, what do you think about the glowing blue orb in Atlantis throne room? I believe that blue orb, Matt, is the way they control the tidal waves. I think that Marvel's trying to figure out how Namor's able to inflict a type of impact that we're going to see. And I think when he stabs it, basically that's his way of controlling the waves.
And also, okay, that's not a natural ability. That's how he controls it.
There's a scene of Namor descending onto a throne, and there's a bunch of there's a huge behemoth, some type of beast, like a large shark or something, like mouth bone type of shit behind the throne. I actually believe that's the same throne room from Wakanda. Like, I 100% believe he's going to flood that portion of Wakanda. I just don't think they're going to hold it, and I think that happens in the sequence directly after him killing M'Baku. If he doesn't kill M'Baku, he's gonna cripple him or some shit.
He's gonna cripple him, put him in a wheelchair or something. Even if it's not permanent, he's gonna be fucked up and shamed.
Yeah.
And then the ladies are gonna be like, uh-oh.
And also, for all you Dora Milaje lovers, those sisters that jump off the side of the wall, they may kill those first Atlanteans coming up the wall. You see the Dora Milaje descending, but those chicks are most certainly gonna die. They're gonna kill a lot of Dora Milaje in this movie.
Yeah, G says no because I don't watch male pole dancers. I
thought I was alone in the world. I was like, oh, maybe I'm the one that's strange here.
I'm saying you don't have to watch. You can just make an observation from what.
Well, I would have to watch to make an observation. But I didn't know they existed until you told me that right now. I just didn't know that was a thing. I'm not saying anything about you. I'm just saying I didn't know they existed. That's why it caught me off guard.
Okay, I think somebody's fronting, but cool.
And your physical understanding of their physicality.
Moving on. Okay, She-Hulk trailer.
Amazing. I thought it was great, man.
I still think it's better. It's better animation, but it still is very clearly animation, and it bothers the shit out of me.
So I think there's a point. I was thinking about this the other day, and I agree with you 100%. It looks shit poor the first rollout, but we remember how Sonic looked the first time he came out, right? And then they revamped it and made it look a lot better. And it's easier to do that with a character like Sonic because we don't have a frame of reference. I don't know what a 3 foot tall hedgehog is going to look like in real life. So my mind,
right, let alone blue one, right? Like, how can you imagine that? That's going to be hard for anyone to animate.
So I'm like, okay, this is an accurate depiction. I think the She-Hulk, beyond the animation, the thing that might suck about this show is that we didn't have a decent amount of time to get acquainted with her. Or I have, and you have, but if you're new to this, you're going to accept it right away. You're going to be like, okay, this is a good rollout for She-Hulk.
Okay.
For people who are used to the comics, we know there's an entire revamp, lore, revamp, lore for She-Hulk. And you're going to reject it no matter what. She's one of those obscure characters. If you're into her, like a Marvel's Knight series, you're not going to like the show.
Yo, Matt says, okay, with Nakia in this universe, do you think this eliminates Storm ever becoming queen?
Oh, yes. Matt, I got to buy you a beer. No, I don't. I don't think the Nakia being in this universe eliminates Storm as becoming queen, because I forgot I almost brought this up. So here is the official Reddit theory, rumor. No validity. There's no evidence. It's like Donald Trump's presidency. It should not exist. But it did happen.
Remember, Donald Trump became president by using a time machine. But anyway, go on.
Yeah, he is Cable. He is Cable.
Yeah.
Or he's Biff from what is his name? Biff from
Biff from Back to the Future.
So a lot of people are speculating with all the multiverse shenanigans. There's a few things that could happen. One, lazy writing could say they could bring Denzel Washington's son in as Black Panther from another universe into a universe where they obviously need a Black Panther and a king. They're not going to do that. Two.
He's got all the theories down.
We can do a resurrection from the city of the dead in Wakanda where T'Challa comes back. And I want to ask you this. I need your participation. If they did a resurrection scene, and let's just go with the Kendrick Lamar portion of the song where it says, when I wake up, if they do a resurrection scene where he comes back from the ancestors, keeping in mind T'Challa that everyone would recognize, but it's still a different actor, would you accept that? Like, if there's a portion in the movie where he comes back to life and they use a different actor and they recast him and he wakes up, but it's not Chadwick Boseman, would you still accept that?
I'm skeptical right now, but I guess I would have to see it. I don't know.
All right, so that's two. Third, to answer Matt's question, yes, I think Storm can still be the queen of Wakanda, but the only way they would do that is if they introduce a multiversal version of the Black Panther. I don't think you're going to be able to sustain that franchise, and this is not against the women. It has nothing to do with the female, the gender of the character. You're not going to be able to sustain Wakanda, because here's one huge plot hole in this whole thing.
Wait, finish that statement. You can't sustain.
You're not going to be able to sustain it with a female character because it's trial by combat, right? And the only one of them that can do that is going to be Okoye, but Okoye is not interested in being queen. She's not. There's nothing in her character development that makes you think that she's interested in being queen of Wakanda.
Let's just remember that all the opinions coming out right now are all Steve's.
Well, I didn't say anything like, crazy, like male dancers need to be in perfect shape.
Oh, you just said women can't rule nations. That's
not what I said. I said
that's what I heard.
I said that Okoye is not interested in being queen of Wakanda. She could be its defender, but I don't think she's going to take up that mantle because of her love for her king. So I don't think Shuri's going to remain Black Panther. I always thought, yeah. So Matt would be cool with my theory.
Here's the thing. I would totally be down for Shuri being Black Panther from now until eternity. And I like the actress. Don't get me wrong. However,
she's great, Letitia Wright. She's amazing.
Yeah, she's great. However, I don't think she strikes. I think she's good. I don't think she's great. Where I could believe that she's the queen of a nation.
The only reason
strong queen of the nation who takes blows for the people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't think that I won't say that that's why you think this, not you in particular, but I think it's because of the physicality thing. Letitia Wright is a very petite woman, and
Super scrawny. Super scrawny.
Shuri in the comics, and they did that weird thing when they made her breasts bigger than they needed to be, but Shuri in the comics is a very physical character. Like we've seen her in prior to the mantle of Black Panther, where she was doing a lot of martial arts. We haven't seen Letitia Wright do anything like that, so it's hard to imagine. To answer your question, man, I do think I'm going to lean with the crazy people on Reddit. I do think there should be a resurrection scene in this. If it's not Michael B. Jordan, if it's not a version of T'Challa, then the only person I would be comfortable with handing that mantle over to for a temporary basis would be Okoye.
I think Okoye, and it's funny that like I'm more into Okoye taking the role than Shuri, and that's probably because she's proved physically fit.
That actress and Okoye character, yeah.
Yeah, she's in the show or like in the movie, she's like fighting 10 people at a time, and she's a warrior. She's like
she's amazing. Warrior. I fucking can't wait for this movie, man. Now, I just want to talk to you about something that may seem strange, but I'm sure you can relate to this. Black Panther, the movie, should not be as relevant as it is to Black people, right? It should not, right? This is not going to cure our woes. It's not going to help us empower ourselves.
It's not the first Black superhero. I hate it when news says that. It's nonsense.
Blade is the Black. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Anyway, I digress. But there was something inside of me that was very, very emotional in regards to this trailer, and I'm pumped for it. I'm happy.
It was super emotional. Let's hope they can keep this alive.
We're at 151. We didn't. What else you want to talk about?
Oh, we didn't even hit up Daredevil yellow costume, and he's going to show 18 episodes.
Hit it. We were talking about She-Hulk, so
yeah, and then we kind of got back onto it. But like what I'm saying is, so She-Hulk in the trailer, Daredevil jumps down, and when people slow it down because you can't get a clear cut of him, he's wearing the yellow. He's got the yellow sleeves, yellow pants costume.
And he did the typical Daredevil jump down and roll because Daredevil that never sticks to landing. He always rolls.
Yeah, I love it. Here's what it is. That's what's like. I'm gonna have to watch it just for Daredevil because I love him so damn much.
I'm gonna watch it because I want to see if She-Hulk is gonna have her version of the invisible craft. That I can't remember if she stole that from the Fantastic Four and kept it for her comics.
Right.
Down it.
And but like also Daredevil is getting an 18 episode show.
Amazing.
Wait,
no, 18 episodes or was it?
No, 18
episodes. Yes,
that's gonna be that's the highest count for our Marvel series.
Echo getting her own show, which I'm actually kind of excited for.
I think she has like 8 episodes or something. That's 18 is gonna be like I don't think I've ever reviewed something that's 18 episodes long. Like that's gonna be a lot of.
Wait, did you review Daredevil on Netflix? You did a review on that one, right?
No, that was before I was even in the game.
Oh, Blurred Herd Unite. Fucking, we need to get on that, man. We need to get on that.
So I'm super excited about all that. That's Marvel definitely won Comic-Con. They defeated
They killed it.
Yeah, we got Avengers, Kang Dynasty, and Secret Wars. It's going to be like Infinity War and Endgame, a year apart. Boom, boom, double hitter.
These can't all be in fucking phase 5.
No, this is those are going to be phase 6.
Okay. Go ahead.
But like I'm just saying, like, isn't that?
These are all things amazing. Yeah, it's fucking amazing. You know what would be really amazing? They need to land this shit. Phase 10, A versus X, and then be done with it. We all walk away from it richer for our lives, finally seeing our favorite characters played out.
Are they going to end it where Galactus comes and kills them all?
I'm going to say something wildly controversial, right? And this is based off the way the character has been used in the book and the way I've felt about him in his rollout in Fantastic Four, the Spelunkers. Fuck Galactus, right? He's no longer a credible threat. Galactus is like the Omega level version of Wolverine, the thing we were just talking about. If we need to see how powerful a new cosmic entity is, they're like, who can we have him beat?
Galactus.
Let's have him beat the shit out of Galactus. But I think this should end the MCU run, definitely, as you've stated before, Avengers Forever, right?
That would be a great, yes.
Time shenanigans. But I'm really souped about
and also just the title is just amazing. That's the way you want to end it. The final one will be called
Yeah.
Avengers Forever.
We get the popcorn, we get the fighting. Ant-Man and Wasp trailer leak. Did you watch it?
Well, I only saw what I saw a version of it where it didn't really show me anything. It's like, what did you see?
I saw a trailer where I can actually see it, and then it was promptly removed. I tried to download it on YouTube, and it was just not happening. Disney blocked it. Do you want me to talk about it?
Yeah.
Okay, so essentially, it's just them. It's the rollout of the Scott, Janet, and all the other familiar characters, and they are making their way back into the quantum realm. Thus, they are introduced to this obscure character that Bill Murray is playing, Janet Van Dyne's.
Is he playing? Wait, hold on. Is he playing MODOK?
Yes, he's 100%.
I love MODOK. You know I love MODOK.
And you're gonna get that comedic aspect. I think the most standout part about this trailer is the fact that Kang is in it, and Ant-Man says to him, you don't want to mess with me, buddy. I'm an Avenger. And Kang the Conqueror says, I assume it's Kang the Conqueror. He's like, you're an Avenger? But it's very menacing. He's like, have I killed you yet? And I was just like, thank God. Because I realized something. I was like, you know what it is with Phase 4 also? We don't have a villain.
Yes, that's another thing. There's no clear villain. What's happening? Where is this headed? What is the deal? You saw Matt's comment?
They're not gonna do Daredevil Born Again, right? I love Matt. They ain't gonna have
because it's true in this version. Because Born.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, Born Again, the comic book, which it's based off of, is Karen Page.
Yes.
Moves to Hollywood, tries to become an actress, fails, starts doing heroin, then starts becoming a crack whore.
That's right. That's right.
And Daredevil has to clean up her life and try to get back. Oh, and she ends up getting AIDS at the end of it too. It's really dark. It's really dark shit.
No, I think they could do it. I think they could do it on Disney. I think they could.
Disney won't even let people die on their shows.
Have you watched Hellsung on Hulu?
I haven't. You were telling me to watch that. I never watched anything.
It's horrible, but it's good. But it's horrible. But it's good.
Should I watch it?
Yeah, watch it. It's free. Why wouldn't you watch something for free?
Well, the time.
Come on, man.
I gotta watch my reruns of How I Met Your Mother.
My mother? Fuck you, bro. You said no, I thought this was a great rollout for SDC, man. I'm enthused about what the MCU has going on. Obviously, Black Panther. I'm enthused about X-Men 97. I'm enthused about Marvel Zombies. A lot of shit that's going to be coming up to cover really soon.
I was mocking Feige for ending phase 4, being like, shut it down and moving in another direction, but I actually respect that. He did the right thing. He took command and was like, people aren't responding to this. Let's rebrand. Let's make this cool again. Let's give them something to be excited about.
I've saved our best topic for last.
Oh,
the last 3 minutes. John Wick 4. Did you watch the trailer?
I didn't. Yeah, here's why.
Mantis hates anything that promotes grappling. So
what are you saying? No, I love it. But basically what I'm saying is I feel like I don't need to watch John Wick trailers or things like that because I know I'm going to get a good show when I go.
Right.
There's no real plot point that I need to know. I'm just going to go. Go
up and watch it.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward. Did you do your Nope review yet?
No, that's gonna be on Wednesday's Rogue Planet.
I'm looking forward to that.
Have you seen it yet or no?
No, I haven't, but I've heard good things about it.
Should be good. I'm seeing it tomorrow. So.
Oh, you're going to see it tomorrow in theaters or
theaters? Yeah.
Other means.
No. I wish other means aren't helping. So apparently, I got to shell out. Like a little bitch.
Oh, fuck out of here, man.
Yo, honestly, let's get out of here, my man. Do you have any final thoughts or any do you have any plugs or any
the usual plugs? Monday through Friday, there's always something going on the Hold Up TV. Obviously, Monday is Fanboy Modeling School. Tuesday, Conversations That Matter. Tomorrow will be not a panel night, just me chatting, getting caught up with everyone. Coming out directly after that, 10 p.m. on Mixcloud. Wednesday, Dope Dynamics, Rogue Planet. prior to that at 8 p.m. And then Thursday, Power Love Latinas. Okay, let's get through the promos. Thursday, Power Love Latinas. Then Booty Papa Chicken Request Box. After Power Love Latinas on Mixcloud. Friday, Enough Said Radio. And then something special happening on Friday. We'll see what.
All sorts of crazy shit. What we done here, yo? This has been another excellent episode of Fanboy Modeling School. Remember to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and follow us. Join our Discords, follow us wherever we are, and just be awesome to one another. We love you all. Thank you for chilling and watching us act like fools on a Monday night. This is what we're all about. We love each and every one of you. And until next time, ciao for motherfucking now.
No gang signs. Peace.